Yes, yeah, we do because it helps us.
Yeah, that part. All right, guys, what's popping? Welcome to Transmutation Station. It's the neighborhood hope dealing the majestic magi, and we here to fucking transmute some shit. How you doing
What's
today,
going on,
Marcy?
kids? Hey, how you doing? Hanging in there?
Yeah, how this energy
Right,
treat
rummaging through these transits like everybody else. It's
from
kind of like a
bitches.
playing a yeah. I like my dodgeball analogy. That's what it's like. One day is awesome, the next day is hey okay, and the last 2 days been pretty good though. But the weekend was up and down. But
I'll tell you
I'm
this
rocking
yesterday.
now. The
Yesterday,
magic.
the worst. When I say the worst anxiety, I had the worst anxiety, Marcy. Like I just couldn't fucking pull it together. It was so bad I had to just sit the fuck down and get my life together. But I woke up today,
Yeah.
being honest, I woke up feeling like a different person. I woke up like like that weight had been lifted and I knew what I needed to do. So
Yeah, I think well I believe we are in a reflection or reevaluate a flexion or a reflection period for sure, and I just think that that's also too part of that. Hey Kobe,
hey boo.
and it's yeah it's like dodging spiritual bullets.
And man, these fucking spiritual wrenches been knocking my stupid ass over. And it's like
Hey,
I tell everybody if I can feel it, if I feel it, y'all
it's
feel it.
heavy.
Yeah, yeah, you know
Yeah,
what I'm saying? I
yeah.
know it's there. Like if I feel it, other people feel it as well. So
Dude, I was at work. Well, actually, I cried two different times this week. But I had like tears of joy the other day because then I could feel. It's almost like when I said that God always sends an angel or whatever. It wasn't specifically, but I can tell when the energy is shifting because during those couple days that were up and down, then all of a sudden like all these songs, this one song popped in my head and it's like, and I know it, and then I heard it, but it was like I mean, I was listening to it in my head, and then I had to go out to my car and listen to it. I was that serious about it. I was like, I walked out of work. I was like, I'm going outside for a minute. And I was like crying mid walking out the door because I already knew I could feel the tears coming on. And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go sit in my car for a minute, listen to this song and because I'm kind of like that. I can't wait. I'm impatient like that when it comes to stuff like that. But like I said, I could
it does
feel I
feel
could
good.
feel the tears coming, but they were tears of joy. And that was like that was divine telling me, okay, kid, you got this. You're,
And let me tell you, especially with this energy, it's man, it's so much fucking release. Like we talk about, we go back to last week's
mm-hmm.
episode and we talked about just getting that last spiritual detox out. Let me tell you, like something happened to me the other night and I just experienced some PTSD. Like I've been wanting like the tears just been at the precipice of my eyes, but it's more of a tears of joy. It's more of tears of like damn that happened to me but it's over and I'm past that, you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
it was like a cleansing uh tears, but like I don't know, this energy, man, like Kobe said,
Yeah.
it's been no
That's
joke,
why
but I'm grateful for it, like, but I'm so grateful for it, like I said, but it feels
y'all
so
see
much
my
better now.
eyes.
And I feel like anybody who feel like it's so much better now, like you're tapped in, you're in the right place at the right time because it does. Like crazily enough, like I feel like I woke up feeling crazy because I just woke up feeling better. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
just freer.
hmm
If we lead into
Hello.
our conversation, free as shit. What's popping, sunshine?
Hey, Ruby. Yeah.
So
For sure. I mean, and that's the whole thing. I mean, so that's the whole thing. So we're talking about actually I have two songs in mind today.
okay.
It's kind of because I'm like the queen of diversity. Here we're the queen of diversities with those scorps, and we're on Transmutation Station. So
Thanks.
I don't know, maybe little I was because obviously Crossroads that was the beginning of the title of this, and I was hearing Crossroads in my mind by Bone Thug. And then do you know that old gospel song People Get Ready?
I know. I don't think so. Maybe though.
The People Get Ready. I'll text it to you or I'll forward it to you, but just look up People Get Ready. And so there's the diversity. So Crossroads, the Bone Thugs and Harmony, and then People Get Ready. It actually is an old gospel song. And a lot of different artists have what is that? A lot of different artists have done it. But basically, People Get Ready, the Train to Jordan. So the Train to
Mm,
Jordan is there. You don't need permission. You just get on board. The choice is yours.
mhm.
So Are we going to get on? Are we going to get on board? You're at the crossroads. Are you going to stay in this matrix, this fucked up little hamster wheel running around the block? Or are you going to put your tiptoes on that fucking sidewalk, look both ways, and cross the fucking street? That is your ticket to freedom.
Let me tell you, so even before just hopping on this call, not to dive too deep into it, like, man, I was at a crossroad, and you know what I'm saying,
boom, boom, boom,
it
boom.
was stagnancy or freedom. But the freedom,
Yeah.
what did the freedom cost me? The freedom probably gonna cost me some temporary pain, but if I stay in the stagnancy, it's gonna be a stagnant pain. That shit not gonna ever change. You know what I'm saying?
Well, we could, but we can. I mean, most people let's break down. Like, even though when we say the word freedom is simplistic as it sounds, automatically it seems okay. I'm going to be by myself. Freedom, just to do as you please. But it's not. It's not so much that. It's so much more than that. It's freedom from the blocks, release from the trauma. Like you said, you coined last week, spiritual trauma. I love it. Spiritual PSTD. Hey, so, but physical and spiritual, mind, body, and spirit. And so, but when we're talking about freedom, we're talking about freedom on all aspects and variations. Freedom from, I have a spiritual call coming in. I will call her back. I will call you back, dear, if she's watching this at some time. Freedom to live your truth, freedom to be exactly who you are, to move mountains or to stay where you want, if you, and to transition frequencies, vibrations. Why can't I speak tonight? Dang, I'm gonna be. I've been, and I swear, and you know what's crazy too is that's when I like start stuttering, and I'm not bragging. I'm like psychically, the last few, I've been on fucking fire. Like it's like I can't even stop. I can't even think like normally and be in this life, because even I was like, I even told the person I'm working for, I was like, my mind's mush because my mind's not in this world right now. I said, you just got to give me a minute. So like, but at least I will admit it. I also learned yesterday, which I thought was very interesting. A gentleman walked in to the work at the end of the day, an older gentleman, and I think it's I don't know, I feel compelled to kind of share this because it led up to my day yesterday, meeting some other awesome people in the evening, so that I will be grateful to have the privilege to work with as well. But it's crazy because God always sends they always send what you need. It doesn't matter who's delivering it. So in the midst of all that, what did he came in and he spoke about shamanism, spoke about, he asked, did I know what Peter Pan syndrome was? And I was like, you know what? I feel like it's something magical. And then I honestly said, I was like, I know it's something cool. But he was like, he just randomly said this, just, shooting the shit. And he said it was basically when you walk through this world and you walk through this world in pure innocence, and you can see people's souls, and you're walking through the world with the eyes of a child. Well, hey, sign me up for that diagnosis. I think I already have it.
Yeah,
but
definitely.
But I felt like that was something that was opened up, because basically when we speak on, there's always people that are going to tell you what's wrong with you, but in retrospect, that's what brings the magic into not only your life, but also provides you the opportunity to do what you do individually, what you're supposed to be doing. And I like Peter Pan syndrome.
Yeah, I definitely think I have that shit.
Heck yeah. I will claim Peter Pan syndrome all day. I just pulled ceremonies and celebrations. Didn't we pull that one other time? I don't know why I just pull it when I'm so to pull them. So
I wanted to talk to you about, I don't know. Oh, okay. So if we're at a crossroads, so personally, because I always feel like if I'm here, other people haven't gotten there yet, but they're going to get here soon.
Yeah.
I am personally in my life, I'm going into a cocoon stage. Like I am called to go into isolation, because I need to, because I what I realized, and with the retrogrades and with these energies is, I'm kind of off path. I'm off target right now. Like I need to reshift and refocus myself because I'm out of alignment, I'm out of balance. And when you're out
Yeah.
of alignment and when you're out of balance, you can't make the choice that's best for yourself. When you get to the crossroads, you might fucking make, not that you can make a wrong choice, but you might make the choice that take you a little bit longer if you would have just sat still and really tapped into yourself and really made a decision. So um
Yeah.
I'm at a place right now where I am personally like fuck, not fuck people, but fuck people. I don't around you right now. It
Fuck the
ain't
people that are bringing you chaos. You know what I mean? And chaos, conspiracy, and control. Because if we respect each other as human beings, no matter what our belief system is, no matter what anything is, that is what that's also too is our freedom, isn't it? You know what I mean? In that sense. So nobody can come and tell you who you are. I think we spoke a little bit on this like
people
last week
try to
too.
though.
Yeah, they tried to, and that's cute. But
It's cute. It
and that's
is.
cute. But I mean, it takes it in understandably speaking, with compassion, also to unto yourself. Or I hope to extend it to you. Is that and that's what that reflection is. That's what that hermit moment is for, if you feel you need that space, then yeah, then take it, because that's so you can redirect and understand and become very solid with the things that are making you question. You know what I'm saying?
And let me tell
And
you, go ahead, because I want to say this, but I really want. I go
mm,
ahead. I'm petrified at taking this a long time because, I'm being honest. I'm just be honest because what will I who or what will I lose while I'm in my cocoon? What will fall away? And whatever's supposed to fall away
well,
is supposed to fall away, but it's still frightening. You know what I'm saying?
here's the flip side to that coin. I also was going to, and I know, and it's crazy because there are flip sides to every coin. Okay, so what is it that makes is it the fact that you feel like you are going to lose that part of you, or is it the fact that, or is there a fear, is there a subconscious fear that it could be too good to be true, that your life was moving good and stuff, and then all of a sudden you're like, wait, subconsciously waiting for a ball to drop? Because we're also, when we're speaking about crossroads, you have to ask yourself those questions as well, because there's something residual, that's an actual residual block that doesn't, it's like, okay, yeah, we're boss bitches. Like, we're not bitches, but we're bosses, right? We're female bosses.
I'll
So
say
in the fact of that matter, that it's hard for people to be in our energy too, because if you have somebody that's used to being told, do this, do that, and really, I only need somebody to meet me in the middle, because I don't want you to walk ahead of me, and I don't want you to walk behind me. I want you to walk right here with me.
that part.
And that goes for whoever I'm with romantically. It goes for my personal, my soul family, my team. I am here. I want to build and promote everyone. You know what I'm saying? And it's not like one over here or one over here. I'm saying, oh, come on, we're walking together. And I'll wait for you to catch up. But when you have to remove yourself too at times, that's okay too. I mean, but you have to ask yourself, what is that feeling? What is it? Is it
I
is it
think
a feeling of validity where something doesn't feel right, and then you have to discern it, or is it something that's a subconscious fear, a residual fear
and so and I think it's that
of
that
trauma?
spiritual PTSD. Absolutely, it's that trauma. Like the conversation
It is.
that
It's
conversation
for,
that
yeah, babe. For you, it is.
I
Okay, so that's why, and and let's just say, if you're afraid to lose it, if you're afraid to lose something, then if it wasn't for you, you wouldn't be afraid to lose it, right?
I get that. And
Mm-hmm.
you're right. But and that's it. No, but and it's just I have to trust. If it's for me, it's for me. But
Mm-hmm.
my priority is not to be selfish in a conceited or a convoluted way, but selfish in a way. I'm the only one who gonna take care of me, and I gotta show you how to take care of me. Because if I
Mm-hmm.
just let you do and do and do and do and do and do and do, then you will. And it's hard. It's hard. Boundaries feels better than not having them. And so
Right.
to set boundaries where things were a little bit, fluid or a little wonky, funky, is a little hard for me, because I have, if we go back to your question of, is it that fear of loss, or that fear of the ball will drop again? I don't want to, I'm so conscious not to self-sabotage myself. I don't even speak up for myself sometimes. I'll allow people, because I'm afraid I'm going to self-sabotage, but I think I self-sabotage when I don't say anything, when I keep allowing, when it makes my spirit recoil, if that makes sense.
Right. And there, and here's and two, there's so much other things at play. I mean, we're talking about spider webs of all this stuff that's in that time to yourself as well is and it doesn't have to be an extended amount of time. Maybe it's a few days, maybe it's a week. You know what I'm saying? Oh, there goes my I'm gonna wrap myself in this like Rocky then. Here we go. Because I like to have fun. Got me a little blanket. It's cold in Michigan, dude.
I know. You told me it was cold. It was cold in Charlotte. It fucking snowed in Charlotte this past weekend.
Oh,
it's supposed to snow
my
again.
Gosh.
Yeesh. But yeah. I know it's not the cold cold. I can tell you that.
Yeah. So that's interesting that we decided what the name of our episode 8 we figured out finally, because the last few times we couldn't figure out what the heck the episode was. That I channeled this actually the other day, and I was like, oh, okay, I'm gonna read this because I wrote it down. I channeled it on the 17th exactly, and it says but I thought it was fitting for this episode. So within this time frame, we are being offered a choice of heaven on earth, although we are multidimensional beings, as the soul is said to be eternal. Heaven and earth is emerging. New direction and paths are being presented. Earlier teachings displayed living, and then in parentheses as dying, and death as living. So what you think isn't, okay? The illusion of the veil is being lifted, as what we perceive as separate is actually one. So that's the crossroads. Are you, in a sense to me, because you don't have to stay, we're jumping out of all of this. We're breaking all these generational, I mean, everybody's talking about it, but, all these generational curses, layers and layers, or I don't like to use the word curses, but
everybody can't.
The freedom is to.
Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying, everybody talking about breaking generational curses, and they're not really about that generational curse breaking life. But go ahead. Freedom was what?
Well, that's what I'm seeing, but that's what I'm speaking on. That's part of the crossroads, because you're part of your journey or your destiny, or a lot of the what do they call? I'll call it actually, I'm going to coin one, and I mean it respectfully. Jesus syndrome are the black sheeps of the family, and the people that are meant to walk the path of leadership, but also the transitions, because the weirder you are, the cooler you are. I mean, obviously we can go and we can walk that line, but are you walking that line with everybody else, or are you brave enough to march to the beat of your own drum? And that is individual for each person, clearly, right? And so that's the part of freedom too. That's the part of the crossroads. So do you know yourself well enough? This is a question, may I suggest, is when we're speaking about taking that time and things like that, ask yourself these questions. Ask yourself some of those questions, like how and also too, we can't be afraid to make decisions, because I think when we think too long sometimes on making decisions, then you're not making none. And that's not special, because we know that too. No decision, not making a decision is making a decision.
You took the words out of my mouth. No, not making a decision is making a decision.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you choosing not to act. So
I'd rather make a series of fucked up decisions than not make none at all.
I would rather make a series. Somebody put that in the chat. I'd rather make a series of fucked up decisions than not make a decision at all, or to have somebody make a decision for me. I do not fuck with nobody. Like, I don't ever want to die based and have lived a life of choices that somebody else made for me. Fuck that.
Right.
My mistakes, I'm gonna make my mistakes, and my mistakes. And I'm gonna be like, well, damn, I fucked that up. You know what I'm saying? Or I made a decision, but I'm not gonna make a decision. I'm not gonna fuck up my life because you told me to. I'd be goddamn, absolutely not. And you said something else. You said, having what's freedom is having the courage to be to walk to the beat of your own drum. Listen, again, like, and I say this to a lot of people, and I keep saying this, and it's something I'm gonna constantly say. It's not easy, and it's as Mike the Peace Dealer would say, it is not to fucking fear monger you. It's not to fear monger you. It's not to make you scared. It's fucking not easy. It's not easy to have the conversations. It's not easy to be the weirdo, to when you walk outside, you look different. People are gonna stare at you. People are gonna have something to say about you, but you don't give a fuck and you do it anyway. And it's time. It's not something that happened overnight. A lot of people want to get to the place that we are spiritually, but aren't willing to do the spiritual work.
It's very, I mean, that's flip sides. When I say flip sides to all coins, because all of a sudden when they say once you see certain things, or once you know, so you really can't put that back on, and it is, you have to be in a strong place to the best of your ability. And I think when we always say we're works in progress, of course, but the thing about it is if you weren't ready for it, it wouldn't be given to you. And I would rather go through things in increments than have like that whole, there's some people that just get turned on boom like that. And I've had people call me about that. I think I've spoke about that before, but where and it's almost like maybe because spirit was tapping on their door and calling them and trying to direct them and wake them up, while left to your own device. I mean, left to your own device, if you don't make a decision, the divine's going to pull the rug out from under you anyway and put you where you're supposed to be. So you can't mess nothing up. You can't mess nothing up. You can mess up whether or not, I mean, obviously the two things you can really mess up is, that you're not going to go out and be a serial killer, and then somebody else in the world is going to make that choice. That's your choice. That's the free will. But otherwise, if you're picking between jobs, or you're picking between whatever, it's like you're never going to go wrong choosing your peace and your sanity, for sure. Because why when we talk about keep on trying to pull people out of their karma and make them realize like who they are, but or try to help somebody that can't see, well, then I just pray for God to show them the truth. Then I just say, God, show them the truth, because you can't, it's perception, and that's part of knowing yourself. If you know the truth, then you have that peace in your heart, and that's all that matters. Because you just, I mean, your intentions too. Like, we speak about that a lot, but it's the peace you have with yourself, because you could argue with somebody till they're blue in the face, but they still have to walk that journey, just like probably a million people told me something, or told you something, and it's like, you don't want to see nothing until you're ready to, and maybe they weren't right. So that's why it's important. That's what that self-care, that self-love is. We have to know ourselves, because it doesn't matter if 20 people knock on my door right now and say, you're fucked up and you're wrong for doing Transmutation Station. I'm going to tell them, fuck you. I love it. And I'm not going to waver on what I do, because I know hands down why I do what I do.
So a couple of things you said. One, I want people to understand, to whom much is given and much is required. And I literally just told somebody this, like, when you can't unring a bell. That's something they taught us in law school. So when when you have the information, it's up to you to make the decision. That goes back to free will. You know what I'm saying? Like, God not gonna make you. He will give you the information you need to make the decision. But like, I always use the analogy, like, think of God as handing you having two apples in his hand. One apple is worm infested and brown and gross. The other apple is a wholesome, healthy apple, and if you eat it, you will heal. God can offer you both of the apples. If you choose to pick the infested fucking apple, then that's on you.
Then God, you did it to yourself.
You did it to yourself. That's it. God's not gonna slap the apple out your hand. I'm not gonna slap the apple out your hand. I'm just gonna watch you eat it and probably talk about you to your face and be like,
motherfucker. Right.
These motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying?
So, I was laughing thinking about that too. I was laughing thinking about these motherfuckers. I always do, because it's just so funny to me. I'll be laughing about it probably until I'm on my deathbed.
So whom much is given, much is required. That one.
That is.
something else you said. I don't know. It was more just along the standing your ground and who you are and not
Yeah.
wavering. Like you have
Yeah.
to be so like when you make the decisions that you make when you come to that crossroad of freedom against stagnancy. Let me tell you, you gotta
Mm-hmm.
stand your ground when you get there
You do.
because it
Because
don't
the
think
most
it'll be easy to fucking okay. Well, I chose freedom. You know how many motherfuckers niggas gonna come out the motherfucking woodworks to try to put you back in that mental prison.
right. Well, here's the thing too. Here's another thing too. Let you know what? Let's pay homage real quick for for all of the people, our ancestors, everybody. Even was watching some. It was Martin Luther King Day the other day, right? And so I was watching a documentary on that, and but it's not even that. Look at all the people, our ancestors, just all people in general. Let's just take race out of it, right? There's so many people that fought and fought. It's not, and now they did all this work, right? Spiritually and physically, and this is where we're at right now. And so many people, like, you don't, they abuse that shit. It's like people have lost their lives for standing up for, so we could be in the space right now that we have, whether it
Yeah.
was right or wrong. I mean, yeah, some of the motherfuckers were making wrong decisions, surely, but the important parts, the important parts, the things that matter, like time matters. Your time's more fucking precious than
Anything.
anything anybody else can do with you, because you're never going to forget that time in that moment you spent. You know what I mean? But also too, on the flip side of the coin, you're not going to forget that time in that moment. That's what's going to take you harder to forget. What's going to take you longer to forget is if you gave your time to a jackass. You know what I'm saying? Or people that were wasting your time. Well, how many people waste their times doing shit that they don't want to do because somebody else, because this is what they feel they have to do, or this is what, oh, I can't say this because my dad will be upset, or I can't do this because this person will be upset. This
Man, that's such a
constant fucking
prison.
clause in somebody's back, and you don't need that. And when you are stepping into that freedom, that's another variation of freedom. When we're stepping into that freedom, you're also healing, you're opening those doors for them to walk through their freedom too. So
You want to know something? And when I say I just had the craziest epiphany ever in the history of life, because I've been trying to figure out what is it, because I don't care about like, let's say as per relationships, I don't care about sex, I don't care about money, I don't care about
mm-hmm,
any of those things. Like, and I just been weeding people, even just out of my life, like even as per jobs, I don't care how much money you can fucking get it if you fucking
mm-hmm,
playing with me, if you fucking with my peace. But you know what? I just realized, like on the spot, right just now, I can't fuck with people who are not free. And that sounds so horrible. But if you're not
mm-hmm,
free, then I can't be around you, because your cage mentality and my free mentality is automatically gonna clash. And what's gonna end up happening is, and oh my gosh, I'm having so many epiphanies right now. And what's gonna end up happening is I'm going to get back in the cage to come be with you. Fuck that. You gotta come out. You gotta get the fuck out. When you get out your cage, bitch,
right,
call me. But I can visit
right,
you in your cage, but I can't be with you in your cage. And I can't, and at this place in my life right now, work, friends, family, anybody, anything, if you're still in your cage, I can't be around you. And that sounds so horrible, I feel like, as a human, but because I'm
no,
free. I'm free. I understand what it feel like to be free. I understand what it feel like to be the best version of me. And one, to see you in a cage and I love you, that fucks with me. So one, we don't
yes,
want to see anybody in a
mm-hmm,
cage that we love, but especially it's like the Nine of Swords. It's a self-imposed prison. It's just like a cage that you can easily fucking walk out of. Well, so it's two things here. One, some people just like staying in prison because it's easier. That's the prison mentality. I've been in prison all my life.
mm-hmm,
Just to walk outside of prison would be outside of my comfort zone.
mm-hmm,
So I'm just gonna stay here and I'm gonna do things that keep me here. I definitely can't fuck with you. And there's some people who haven't realized that they're in a cage. And
mm-hmm,
when you find out, and can't nobody tell you you're in a cage. That's the thing too. Nobody can tell you you're in a cage. You have to realize that yourself, and you are the only person that can let yourself out of that cage. So the moment that you realize that you're out of, like you're in a cage and you get out of it, come talk to me. I'm that bitch.
mm-hmm,
That's where if you want to know where I fit in on your spiritual journey, I'm the bitch you talk to after you get out the cage, because I don't have the
yeah,
I don't have the wherewithal. I don't have, and I know that I feel like that sounds so snooty because I'm sure I was in a cage once and somebody looked at
It's
me and said, but nah, fuck that. I can't
it's
talk.
not snooty because okay, so the it's not snooty, and that's, that's the thing. It's because um it is so much bigger than all of us, because just think about it like this. It doesn't matter what when they say the light usually walks through the dark, right? Well, that also can we also can define, well, I guess this is food for thought. We also can possibly define that as, if you met somebody like on a lower frequency, right? Well, maybe the light was sent there to pull that person out the dark, and then at that moment they're at that crossroad. You know what I mean? And
Mm,
that's what you're talking about being in the cage. It's another analogy
yeah,
that would
yeah.
coincide with that, because we've all been in places, situations, whatever. But so it's kind of like, well, if you're growing and evolving, then maybe the divine sent you to be the inspiration to help pull that person out of the cage, for that person to believe in themselves again. But you had to meet them at that frequency to be able to step into that space, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, you know,
And
and
it's
that's kind of when I always say I can hang with that, what the world would see as the highs, or hang with the lows. It doesn't matter, because I don't judge anybody. I could give a fuck
and so
less.
and
I
so
care
that's
if you're hurting people. If you're hurting people, I'm going to tell you you're fucked up, and I don't matter who you are. But otherwise, I don't care.
and so that's and I want to make that delineation too. Like I'm like you, I can hang with anybody as long as like personal space and my time that's most precious. I can't be around you. I can't enter into anything seriously with you if you in a cage. I can't.
Yeah.
I'm not going back to that cage. Now I can. I will. I didn't. I fucking hang out with homeless people. I hang out with the lowest people. I'm probably considered the lowest of the low. You know what I'm saying? But what's your spiritual art? It's some homeless motherfuckers who free. Hello, somebody. It's some homeless
Oh yeah.
motherfuckers who are homeless because they decided to choose freedom instead of stagnancy. I'm gonna leave this abusive relationship. I'm gonna leave this job. I'm not gonna
Yes.
stay. And I'd rather fucking be homeless than to be in a cage. Hello, somebody, bitch. I want to be around people who have that same energy, that same wherewithal.
Yeah.
I'd rather be fucking homeless. I'd rather be alone. I'd rather be dead than to be in a fucking cage. You better fucking kill me, bitch. Because I'm
Yeah.
not going back to the cage. You know what I'm saying?
And also too, people, you know what? Here's another thing too. And by giving yourself this time to evolve separately. Yes. Yep. Exactly, Ruby. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But here's another thing. What was it? What about like trauma? Okay, so like narcissistic abuse, trauma bonding. We also have to, there's a lot of that stuff too, because I mean that's like, that's also, it's like, that's serious stuff. That's stuff that people, you can recognize it right away. But there's where you kind of gotta have compassion. So when you step aside, and if you can see it but you can't tell them about it, you just gotta let them evolve. People evolve through it, and when they're ready, like you said. I mean, because I think that's a lot of that shit's going on too.
Because I got a super saver whole complex, and so that's something. I got a people. I was telling somebody people have different addictions, and so I have a help. I'm a recovering help addict, and I think that I kind of went back. So if I'm okay, so kind of on the conversation we had earlier, I relapsed, bitch. I relapsed. I went into my super saver hole, like unconsciously, unknowingly. And so in order to get out of that super saver whole complex, because I'm the motherfucker that's just like, no, you're in a cage, let me get you out, I love you. Nah, motherfuckers be like, no, bitch, I love the cage. But I'll be like, you don't know better. And so I'm the type of person, I don't know if you ever heard the phrase like I can't watch. Like I can't watch.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
that's me. That's my energy. And a lot of people, I don't ever want people to hate me because they feel like I left them at the time a time of growth. But me leaving you at the time of growth is best for me. One, because I'm going to relapse into my help. I can't watch. I'm not that, like, I can't watch injustice being done. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna remove myself so I can't fucking see it. Because I like, if I see it, Like I'm one of them people like don't do no fucked up shit around me because what do you say? Once
Mhm.
who much is given, much is required. So when I see it as a spiritual leader,
Mhm.
as a spiritual healer, I'm called to do it. You know what I'm saying? It's just like I'm pulled to do
Mhm.
it. So I have to remove myself from you because this is your fight, not mine. And I need to know when to remove it because I can't do God's job for him. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah. Hey,
it's a
and
battle.
once again, when you know, and that's why it's not stuck up to do that if you have to at times. Because once again, to reiterate, you're actually, you can heal them more by doing that than, you know, than staying in that situation, because in that situation, um, while they're doing their healing, is actually feeding off of your energy, and you are emotionally depleted, and probably 9 out of 10 don't even fucking know why, because you're
Yes.
already in pit, you know, you're already open anyway. And then now you're not only, your energy is not only fighting for, you're not only reserving and fighting your energy not only for yourself but also for the other person, because I've had that happen too, where yeah, where I've had it happen too.
And that's the thing, like I don't want to, and it's not just, it's just even like I told you, this Venus retrograde is, it's in every like this retrograde, this Venus retrograde for me, I
Mm-hmm.
can't speak for anybody else, it just made me reassess everything, all of my worth. It's like I woke up to who the fuck I was, and I was like, bitch, you can't, like, okay, bitch, you relapsing, you're falling into the same patterns, you gotta snap out of this. And this Mercury retrograde, this Venus retrograde helped me, like even with work, like I had to call somebody that was like, look, I might have to quit my job because these people they don't appreciate me. Not that I'm anything special, but I'm a human and you treat me like I'm a thing, and I'm just not with the shits anymore. I will be
Yeah.
homeless before I let you undervalue me anymore in this
Mm-hmm.
life. You know what I'm saying?
That's how yeah, I don't, actually was, offered a couple jobs this week outside of what I do.
Mm.
One was way significantly more than what I'm making. But you know what? I already know I'm making that decision. That's a hard no.
Mm-hmm. That's
That's
a
a
hard.
big
That's
fat
a, people
capital
don't
N with the
understand what
O.
hard nose look like.
It looks like a big capital N, like that's bigger, taller, and bigger than us, with a big capital O. And it's no disrespect. It's like, oh, okay, because I had to do that same thing. I thought to myself, um, well, I've already been there. I don't think I want to do that. I don't want to do it because that's not my direction. That's not where my goal is going. That's not what, you know what I mean? And I feel like a lot of times people will make decisions because they feel like that's what they have to do. But if we're in that state, and believe me, I'm no different than anybody else. I don't always have it balanced and mastered. So I'll openly always admit that, because we all have to work on balance, and you know, some days we're better than others. So but I realized that a lot of times, hey Forest Fairy, that
She asked how we was doing. We're doing blessed love.
thanks for watching.
Yeah.
That we you have to have that, yeah, she just wrote something, compassion, but you have to have that compassion for yourself. But I did not even have to think about that. In 9 out of 10, everyone would say, oh, that's more money, you need to take that job. Well, guess what, it's not. I no, because that money is not worth my freedom, my mental
It's not
freedom,
worth my
my
peace.
emotional freedom, my peace. And that paycheck is not going to hang on my life. I can eat, I got a place to sleep, um and I'm grateful for that. And
You
I
know
would,
what?
you know, like I said, that freedom, my freedom and my peace is worth more in that aspect than, oh my God, I'm gonna go, hey, they want me to work 8 hours, now they want me to work 12 hours, now I can work 24 hours because I'm
Yeah.
gonna get paid all times and a half. Who gives a fuck? Because you're not even gonna be able to enjoy that,
Mhm.
because you can't think at the end of the day, and you want to rip somebody's head off, and it's not what you want to do. It's different if it's what you want to do. Then
Yes.
your passion
Yes.
is going to
Yes.
give you that inspiration and that drive, and then it's not going to feel like work at all. You know what I mean? So, but if you're looking at that alarm clock and clicking it down, and like don't even, you know, that those are all your answers to your questions. What does it feel like? How does it feel?
How
You
does
know?
it feel? Hello,
Oh,
hello,
D'Angelo.
somebody. Hello, somebody. How does it feel?
Yeah,
Like,
what does it feel like?
and
Like if
people
somebody's
don't. Yeah, and people don't tap into their feelings. They don't like to feel their feelings because
Mm-hmm.
people only want to they love addicts. That's the worst drug. People only want to
Mm-hmm.
be in love. They only want to feel the good feelings, but the bad feelings tell you what the fuck you need to get rid of. That the bad
Yeah.
feelings. Listen to your body. They indicators. Like if something makes you anxious, then leave it alone. Like if you're not okay, do an experiment on yourself. When I'm with this thing, or I'm around this thing, I'm anxious. When I'm not around this thing, I'm not anxious. Guess the fuck what? That's a feeling in your body. Don't
That's
be
true.
around it. If
That's true.
somebody, every time you go around somebody, you are instantly fucking annoyed. Every time, like they just breathe and you are instantly fucking annoyed. Leave them the fuck alone. If every time you go around somebody or you go to a job, your fucking stomach and your head hurt, that's your body telling you, hey,
Yep.
this shit is not for you. If every time you clock in, your head hurt. Every time
Yeah.
you clock in, you got the
Mm-hmm.
shit. Every time you gotta fucking leave. But the
Yep.
problem is the hardest part in choosing freedom in between freedom and stagnancy is what do you have to give up to get that freedom? People don't want
Right.
to give up the comfortability in order to really be free because they think it's like the 8 of cups. People want to hold on. It was like,
Mm-hmm.
well, I got 8 cups, but what you don't know is there's something better for you than those fucking 8 cups. If you let go of that, the thing that you're holding on to, or whatever the thing that's not
Mm-hmm.
making you happy, the thing that's causing you pain, guess what? You could be pain fucking free, but people don't listen
Yeah.
to their feelings. They don't listen. They go against their logic. One of my favorite readers, her name is your angelic Carmen, said, follow
Mm-hmm.
your heart, but take your mind with you. People either use one or the other. When you make any decision, you need to have a balanced head and heart. How do you get a balanced head and heart? Sometimes that requires you to shut the fuck up, sit the fuck down, and give your own energy so you can figure out, okay, what do I need to do? When like in those quiet
Yep.
moments, you ask yourself, okay, every time I went around this person,
Mm-hmm.
my fucking head hurt. Should I stay or should I go? Bitch, you should go. That's your
Go.
answer. You know what I'm saying? But people
Yeah.
happen to they don't like to admit their feelings. They don't like to feel their feelings. They ignore their feelings. They act like they're feeling. They brush their feelings off, and then they want to understand why they're not psychic or their intuition isn't working because you're not even following the
Mm-hmm.
clues God fucking gave you. You're not even using the fucking manual that God gave you to do to just get through everyday fucking life. That's why you can't help
You're
nobody
right.
else. Hello? Okay,
You're
I'm
right. But
sorry.
yeah, I mean, yeah, and also too, like when it comes to that whole transition to freedom, it's like the freedom and that false sense of security and the comfort zone. Even if we're talking, yeah, we're talking about people, places, and things, jobs and such. The thing is as soon as you are brave enough to jump out of that box, it does. You could be making $2. You could have $2 in your wallet one day, and the next day the fucking be stacked full because you made that choice. And maybe that's the choice of like nonconformity. That's the choice of what we're talking about tonight, the crossroads. Like I said, once again, if it fills your heart, then by all means, everybody, there's a place for everyone in this world. There are some people that are meant to do the 9 to 5s, because there are people that sincerely want to be there, right? And they can transition something in that environment. You know what I'm saying? And but if you're walking, all of a sudden you're like 2 minutes late, and if even for whatever reason, if you're going to be late anyway, you don't give a fuck about it.
For
I'm
real,
like,
like I really, for
like,
the
I
most
mean,
part.
like, it's kind of like, I know. And then, I've done that. And then I feel like an asshole. I'm like, I'm being an asshole because but I already know I don't care about it. But I do when I'm there, but I don't, because I know that's not my end game. So I'm not, and that's another thing too. You're not being honest with yourself in that sense, because you're actually you're doing something that you feel like you have to do, to get in some, there, but there's the balance. Sometimes we do have to a little, you got to do a little bit to meet the universe in the middle. But
Ask
then
yourself,
when you stop worrying about this shit, then all of a sudden it starts free flowing. The floodgates are wide open.
is the thing that you don't want to do, is it going to be beneficial in the long run? Hello, somebody. If you stay at that dead end job that keep making your head hurt and keep making you ill, and you stay there, is anything going to change? Or if you actually make that decision to informed decision to go look up other jobs, get another job, and actually be happy. Like the sacrifice there is actually putting in the work to find another job, putting in fucking resumes, putting yourself out there. Like, are you willing to give up the time and energy that it takes? And are you willing to pay the cost to be the boss, to be who you are? A lot of people are so wrapped up in their comfortability, they just stay. And so I wanted to hop real quick. A couple of things you said, and another young lady said. She said, if you don't feel your if you hold your emotions in, you'll be washed up by them shits. Listen, the worst thing you can do is lie to yourself, my girls and boys. The worst thing you could do is the worst betrayal to yourself. This bitch, you want to know what the worst thing you could do is drown in a river of your own fucking tears. Hello, somebody. You killed yourself because you fucking you was overtaken by your own emotions because they was knocking on your door and you just didn't ignore them, and the pressure got so much. All of the emotions, just think of your emotional home being surrounded by, immersed in a sea of water, and all of that pressure, no matter if you immerse that house in a sea of water, it's gonna hold up for a minute, but eventually the window's gonna bust and all of that water is gonna cave in and ruin everything, and then you gotta now you left with a mess. And hopefully you got enough money to get you a new fucking emotional house. Some people just tap out and
say, right? No, it's true. It is true. But that's also too why do we have, disease, anger, rage, all of those things. You ever see just somebody just like snap the fuck right out? Like all of a sudden they're fine, and all of a sudden like it's just, and they're like ready to hurt. Like you thought you like seriously think they're gonna fucking go murder somebody. That's exactly the definition of what you just spoke about, because it's like spontaneous combustion. It has to exit somewhere. So everything that's locked in, and then and then also too, you're kind of, you're packing it away. Just like all that, the trauma, it's all packed away. And when it resurfaces, but if you have that whole, it's like it could be Pandora's box on both sides of the spectrum. I want the good Pandora's box where it's like all magical shit flying out,
fairies and angel dust coming out.
Then yes, but you know what? Then I don't ever apologize for feeling my emotions, because I think that I guess fortunately I'm lucky that, you know what I mean? That's a good side to when they say a double-edged sword, even though it may not feel like it at the time, but I feel it all. I feel that, and everybody else's, even if I don't understand it at the time, so I feel like I don't have a lot, maybe things that have deeply hurt me. I'm sure we all do, right? Yeah. But I think I don't have a lot of that's really stored, maybe a few deep things. but I'll cry, I don't have a problem processing that, you know what I mean? Yeah. Mostly for me, it's things that I just try to really I'll try to understand, like, why, like why. But it's because
cry baby. Like I'll cry. Like my ex, she was like, you cry all the time. Yes, bitch, I will cry. I will cry at the drop of a fucking dime. And when I get mad, I'm gonna tell you I'm mad. If I don't like something, I'm gonna tell you I don't like something, because I'm that ocean, bitch. Because once I explode, everything is destroyed. You don't want me to explode. So because I know my temper, because I know my temperament, because I've watched myself and I've grown, I don't put myself around people, places, and things that make me explode. And if I do that science experiment, and if every time I come around you, you make me want to stab you in the fucking throat, bitch, I can't be around you.
No. Yeah, or if your phone rings and you get like that cringy feeling, and you kind of gotta like, man, fuck, I'll call back in like 10 minutes, and then 10 minutes comes by, and then you're like, fuck, I ain't call you. You already know you ain't calling them back. You're gonna wait a little while. But it's kind of, and then there's people that when the phone rings, you're like, like you're like, oh yeah, I'm glad they called, or you're excited to call them, And when you're like, oh, I hope they answer. And if they answer, then you just hearing their voice makes you happy. Or not that you're, driving your day on whether they're going to they don't got to make you happy. It's just that feeling. You know what I mean? There's just that different excitement or whatever. Like if you're genuinely happy, well, that's when you're in a frequency that you belong in. And, or, with wherever you're at, it's like, or whatever you're doing, it just could be whoever you're talking to. But if you're actually genuinely excited to visit with somebody or whatever, then that's, that's a good space to be in.
I ask myself a lot now, especially like this fuck nigga told me about this, but it makes sense in retrospect. But I ask myself in anything, if when I'm at a crossroad, when I'm at any crossroad, because crossroads look different, if
Mm-hmm.
this thing is removed from my life, will it affect me? And if so, how? Will it affect
Yeah.
me negatively or positively? Will anything change? And that's how I can tell if that's how I kind of
Mm-hmm.
assess the value in people's life. You know what I'm saying? Like if this
Mm-hmm.
person or this job isn't here, how, will I be able to live the lifestyle I want? You know what I'm saying? Like, I weigh the pros and cons. I really do. Like, and if everything comes up like, and this is, I feel like this is so fucked up to say, but if I put you on my Libra scales and somebody said that judgment day was yesterday, if I put you on my Libra scales and your heart and a feather don't line up, you gotta go.
Yeah.
Like, I'm
Yeah.
not God, but I'm God of my life, if that makes sense. I'm the judge of my life. And I feel like God gave me the sense, free will. He can't put people in, he can't take people or move people out of my life, but he gave me good goddamn sense to cognitively think through whether a person or a
Right.
place or a thing should be in my life. So I sit down and I like, a lot of people think Libras are very indecisive. We're not indecisive. We just want to make sure we make a decision that's beneficial to all involved. So if I make the decision, hey, look, I don't hate you. I'm not mad at you. I don't have any ill will against you. I really just want you to live your
Mm-hmm.
best life. But the two of us coexisting, I don't think it should happen anymore because
Yeah.
it's not beneficial. And you got to be careful because that sounds narcissistic. Like, if you're not beneficial to me, then I
I
don't
know.
need. Nah, you cannot be beneficial to me and be in my life. But if you're not beneficial to me and you subtract from my life, fucking, that's a double negative, bitch. And then it's a triple negative, but we're not turning it into a positive. Hello, somebody.
Well, but also too, just like we said, we're flip sides of the coins. There's so, hey Max, there's so many there's different ways to talk about everything. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
what was that where you just used that word? What word did you use?
Oh, I don't know.
Dang it, I lost it. I had a whole thing on it. Um, it's just anything where I mean, honestly, we can take any word. Okay, so um, I don't know. I got fucked up crazy analogy. So let's talk. I don't know why I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this.
Do it.
All
Go.
right. So, and I don't even know why. I guess I'm supposed to say it. And it's okay. So flip sides of all coins. When you walk into a church, um, right? There's, you see there's a cross, whatever, right? Well, that's the representation. It depends on who you are and what you believe in, and in the energy that stands for in that church, because we like to think that all of these churches are on the up and up, right? Well, I'm not going to name names or whatever, but I did walk into one and I had such a clear epiphany. And it was really wild to me, but it's kind of like, okay, it was basically the representation I got from it was like, look at our kill. It was very dark. And
Mm.
so I don't think the intention in that church, I think it was masked in that sense, but with hands down, I mean, blew my mind, because I was trying to talk myself out of that feeling, right? But,
Yeah.
and I don't know why, and it was out of state. It was not, but the thing about it is that that's no different than um the days of slavery and such, where they, or anything, they would uh they hang all they like their trophies, just like when people kill animals, they
Yeah.
hang them on the wall as a trophy kill. So I think that it's important, and that's part of that freedom too, to be able to open up and have that time for yourself to understand and create your own foundations and your own beliefs in what you believe and how you believe it, and actually look at things from all sides of spectrums. And that's what I mean by flip sides of the coins. I mean, there's also a freedom in the mind, you know what I mean?
Mm.
um and that's a
That's the
beautiful
best
thing
freedom.
too, right? But the
Woo-woo.
freedom of the mind, but it's a freedom to be able to actually look at something, and it's not about being right or wrong. It's just saying, okay, well, I can kind of, I can see it from this side of the spectrum, and I can see it from that side of the spectrum. And hey, maybe it's a possibility, maybe it's not. But there's nobody should be able to tell you that, you know oh no, you're going to hell for that, you're wrong. It's like, it's it's
That,
it's
that
not a
go back to,
disrespectful thought, but how many people allow themselves honestly the time to actually think about that? That's what these Aquarius minds be thinking about. Yeah, Aquarius in my mind.
listen, I was raised by an Aquarius, so I'm all kind of fucked
Well,
up.
I just think about I don't know. I always I want to like learn something from all sides of it. I want to look and I'll think about something and just kind of then I'll discern it from there. Just like anything. I mean, I discern anything from whatever. But I was like, okay, well, I can see how that's fucked up, and I can also see where it's not, it's not that fucked up. So it just depends on where you put your energy and the belief within it. You know what I mean? But
Yeah,
that's part of being able
made
to
you
give
feel like
yourself,
where you
yeah.
put your energy, that like what somebody said, I saw a meme today, I think I don't know if it was on Kobe page, but where your attention goes, energy flows.
Yeah, yeah.
So okay, real quickly, that was a part of my fucking decision today. It was just like my attention is on this thing, so my energy is going to that thing. I need to redirect this energy because the energy that I'm putting into this thing again at the crossroad, if the energy that I'm putting into this thing producing fruit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Is it producing something that I want? No, then it's time for me to take this energy and put it in something productive, because why not? Why just, it's like taking all of your money, go get all of your money out of the bank and just put that shit in the garbage disposal. That's analogous to energy. Like, do you like taking money and throwing it down the drain? I don't think anybody does. So why would you do that with
Nah.
your energy? Why would you give
Wait.
your energy to
Right.
place and thing that is essentially a spiritual garbage disposal, and all it's gonna do is eat up the good energy you have, and it doesn't replenish. So you just out of money now. You're just out of energy now.
Yeah, because there always should be an equal ebb and flow. Always.
Always.
Yeah. And also too, so maybe it's not you that is on the time frame that's gonna be on the losing end. Maybe it's the other the other the other party that has to choose to step up. So they're at the crossroads, and see, we're always making it like it's about like thinking, man, am I at the fucking crossroads? No, I don't stutter when I speak. I mean sometimes but I know when
I
I'm
know what I'm
channeling, sure,
saying.
but if
Yeah.
I'm a cut and dry communicator. If I'm speaking with somebody on a one-on-one, I know what the fuck I mean, and I say what I mean. On rare occasions, I don't, you know what I mean, but I say exactly what I mean. So.
And that's the thing too. A lot of people don't get that. I'm like you, Marcy. Like, I say exactly what I mean. And I as a recurring thing, as me relapsing, I started fucking repeating myself. I said what I said, motherfucker. You, like you said, you at your crossroad, not me. And my thing is, if we go back to it, because I like you, or because I enjoy this, you know what? I'm gonna come and sit in your cage with you while you make your decision at the crossroads. You know what I'm saying? And then I'm miserable because I'm sitting in the cage like, I was out of this bitch already. How did I get back here?
Well, also too. Okay, here we just we're unraveling a whole boatload we're unpeeling this orange this whole orange like all over the place. But maybe and maybe it's not so much to pull when you had said about like how you felt like you graduated. Maybe the last part of it is it going to tear you down, or you're exactly okay. You're going to be okay. Yeah. And that's the test. It's kind of like, okay, I know who I am. I'm not, because I think you've already graduated that lesson. I think at the end of the day, in that sense, that you're going to find yourself on a whole new evolution of you in response versus how you would have responded before. And maybe that's what their confliction is. You know what I'm saying, for you? Did that make sense? I felt like it was a jumbled, fucked up mess, but I don't even talk like that, so I don't know how in the hell it came out like that. So
I'm gonna have to run this back, but a little bit. Like I said, I'm gonna have to run this back. Marcy, I be so scared. Just to be honest, I be so scared to fuck up, because I have fucked up so much in my life.
Hey,
And so
guy, we all have, man. Or what classifies fucking up? Let's go. Let's
I
talk about that.
know. I
What
just
really is the class? What's the A plus of fucking up? Because if I'm gonna fuck up, I'm gonna go all in, dude. I'm gonna fuck up
yeah, I'm
big,
trying to get the best fuck up there
because
is.
I'd rather fuck. I would rather fuck up big and fall big, so I can rise up bigger. You know what I'm saying? And that's not about being better. That's just personally because I need, so it's kind of like I'll go all in. My passion, even in what my passion in my heart is, we love big, we fuck up big, but guess what? We can help big in we can transition even bigger. So it's like it's part of all of this. It's beautiful, but fucking up big is blowing up churches and shit. You're not doing none of that. So stop putting yourself like this. Girl, you got yourself in bondage. If you're gonna be in bondage, then you better be having some fun with it.
All right, I better be catching a nut or something, right? That's what I'm saying. I'm not getting no jollies off with this shit. And so that's what
That's like,
today I loosened the restraints of bondage for myself. I was like, and I put myself here. Like, I don't have to be here, but it's still scary. It's still scary. It's like coming out of that prison, you know what I'm saying? And having to reintegrate into society,
It is. And you know what? In all honesty, we all have.
I'm sorry, these moving fast, but I just
No, you're good. You're good.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Well, but we all have that. We all have some residual traumas. You know what I mean? That it's like everybody does. And I just think it's just that subconscious stamp. And it's like that, the little girls or the little boys in us that really that is the ticket to your freedom. But you're never gonna go completely backwards. Like I said, when you come to that lesson or that crossroad right there, what you were just talking about, I don't think it's what you're feeling like it is. I feel like it's going to show you actually how far that you have come. So I think that's the part that you're yet to be discovered, but in a grander way than I just said it. It's a feeling you're going to feel. It's going to be like you're like, whoa, dusting your shoulders off,
I accept it, and I accept that, but you never know. You don't know how strong you are or how much you've grown until you actually have to apply that strength. And today I had to apply some strength that I'm like, bitch, I don't know if I'm strong enough for this.
Mm-hmm. Well, and before it's like, shoot, a lot of us with the big hearts I know that also too. When I spoke about, fucking up big and dropping big, I've learned the hard way big too, because of that. It's like it's like you have to, like you said, just balancing your heart and your mind. And you're fortunate if you can be in that space to give yourself also too that time to do so. So but I think you're gonna get a light bulb crash. I call them light bulb crashes of epiphanies, and I think that what it feels like isn't what it is, and maybe that's how we're getting fucked with.
and I'll take that. And the one thing I will say is I'm petrified, but every day if I'm doing an experiment on myself, God proved me wrong every day. It's exactly what you're saying. What I feel like it is, it's not that. But I need some hard confirmation. God, like, bitch, what else do you want from me?
Hey, you're not the only one. We all do that. I definitely do that shit. I will not lie and say I don't. I will not lie and say I do. I don't. I mean, whatever I just said, that.
All right, so we're rolling up on 1 hour and 2 minutes. Do you want to pull some cards? You want to shuffle before we head out for the night? Plus, my stomach doing cartwheels.
Yeah. We'll pull you up. Well, here we go. Right. This is what it's about. When we already said it, present moment. You're just right here. You're the present moment, but you're also just being who you are. You're being. We're right here. We're not, the only memories are the things that you take with you and the family, present moment and family. So we're amongst, and that's calling in, actually in the beginning, those we called in our divine. That's how I'm reading it. And also too, you pray for the people that are, you extend that love, but then also too, you have enough respect for yourself to be your own family and create, there's a whole world of people out there. There's a whole world of people that
You don't
you
even
love
know.
yourself, but then there's a whole world. It doesn't matter who, it doesn't matter. It could be your own people or what you consider your own people that will be fucking with you the most. But there's a whole world. If you know who you are, there's somebody that will meet you. People have to walk actually away from their families too. That's some hard shit, you know? And that's where that compassion comes into. But then there's the gratitude. The gratitude is for, um, and that's the thing. I think that the part of that programming too is crossroads, or sometimes you have to make decisions, or there's a 17-year-old out there right now being abused every time she walks in the house, but there's a neighbor that will help her, like, and love them like their own family. You know what I'm saying? It's like you keep going to it for abuse or whatever, but there's something, that little fucked up stamp of a mechanism that says, no, this is my family. That's the trauma. That's the abuse. But family, and part of it is the family's not always the blood. And there's a lot of people going through that. But the enthusiasm, so there's flip sides to all of this while we're talking in circles. The enthusiasm is basically, God will always replenish. Nothing's ever lost in the eyes of God. Nothing's ever lost in the eyes of the divine. Just like there's people that, if you don't get a job, that's because you're not meant to have that job. It's because they're doing fucked up shit there, and there's fucked up people there.
You're
Then
not meant.
there's a better job for you, because
It's
God knows if you take that job, you're going to be stuck there. And
that
that's the
part.
thing. It's like there's just bigger stuff than what's this little surface stuff that that our ego sees.
Stop making a big deal out of the little things. So I didn't real quick. I pulled a lot of cards that I didn't mean to pull, but I got it. So one,
Well,
I
you
got
get it, girl.
the 5 of Wands, the 9 of Cups, and the fucking um 9 of Pentacles. Protect your peace. That's where it comes from. It's like protect your peace. Like in this crossroads, like you have to learn how to protect your peace. It goes back to what Marcy said. Like if you're feeling like me right now, it's nothing is as it seems. You just gotta be still. How does it feel? It feels good, and because it feels good, I feel fear. Stop fighting with yourself. So the oracle cards I got was get grounded. Empaths, highly sensitive, connect with nature. Have
Yeah.
celebrate, don't be so serious. So with that, like in this cocoon, like don't be too hard on yourself. That's that compassion that Marcy was talking about. That's that when we get to these crossroads, be compassionate, have think about it, but also think about the good, the good that comes along with what you're about to walk into. Don't think about what you're giving up. Think about what it is that you're walking into. All right. So then I got intuition, extremism, and fortune at the bottom of the deck. Listen, trust your intuition. It's super peak right now. And if you just follow your heart for real, and you can't make a wrong decision. But also don't overthink it either, because that's a real thing too. Like just ask God, say, God, listen, I want to make a decision from my heart. That's it. That's all you gotta say. Take some time and then make the decision and know that you can't be, there's no such thing as wrong. And then the last one is I invoke laughter, I create harmony, and I follow my inner guidance. So like you are an amazing person. You have everything you need inside of you to create the life and the reality that you want. Your reality is made by the choices, is shaped by the choices that you make. So whenever you get to the crossroad of your life, it's like picking a timeline. Do I want to go here, or do I want to go here? Do I want to experience this adventure, or do I want to have that adventure? Most of the time I don't choose with my eyes. I very often, I always say this, when I close my eyes and I close my mouth, that's when I can see the clearest. So right now, that's the last. Oh, thank you so much, Snoop. We appreciate you. Um, but when I close my eyes and I close my mouth, for me, when I go into that spiritual cocoon and I being highly sensitive, that's when I make my decisions. When I'm silent and I'm not looking, I feel my way through it. How does this feel to me? If we go back to that, how when I met a crossroad, how does it feel? Does it feel like I should go this way or this way? And once I go down that path, one, you can always turn around. Maybe sometimes you go down a path and it's off a cliff. So but sometimes you don't. So that's my little slight.
Well, this was the last one I pulled. Because I what
I'm sorry I cut you off. I thought you were done.
no, babe. Are we done? No,
No, go ahead.
no, you didn't. Spiritual or religious community. I was just going to in closing to say that people, if things are falling out of our lives and we are being redirected, it is because we're being directed on our divine spiritual missions. You're being directed to your highest best self. So, and that doesn't always incorporate. I just heard things of the old. There can't be. You can't hold. It's almost like we want to take it all with us, but you can't. Some things and some environments and such have to fall away. You can't be a spiritual badass and hang out in a cesspool of abuse, emotional or mental or physical. You know what I mean? That's what it is. If they're not building you up, then they're tearing down your peace, like you said.
And we don't have, ain't nobody got time.
I just like I gotta put my little tapestry around me some more.
Listen, y'all, on y'all journey, when you get to the crossroads, make sure that you assess. And so that you can pick a life that you really want. You create your life, you create your harmony, you create your world. And so when you're at the crossroads, do you want to create a world of stagnancy and the more of the same? And you know what? If you want to, that's a fucking okay. It's your life. But if you want to be free with the free ones, bitch, listen, when you free, you can hang out with me. How about that? I don't know how enticing that is.
Hey.
But like
I hang out with you all day.
You know what I'm saying? Like let's do some free people shit. You can't do shit in jail. You know what I'm saying? So tap into yourself and make decisions at the crossroad that create the life that you want to live, not that I want to live or anybody else. Because some people are meant to be in prison because they're meant to talk to the people that are in prison too. Not me.
Nope, not me. Let's choose some freedom and do something outside the box. So for whatever reason, I feel like when we're talking about all this compassion and everything, I think I'm going to play the most beautiful girl tonight when I hang up off of here for I'm going to send the Prince, the most beautiful girl. But I will enjoy the song too, but I am actually going to play it and send love to the mother of compassion in our earth, because our divine earth, and that's when you pulled up the nature and the spirit card, you see, that's allowing the freedom of the expansion of the mind. So the most beautiful girl, the mother, our world, our earth, our ground needs some love right now, because she takes in that energy takes in so much. I'm going to pay some homage back.
So that part, shout out to New Age Ja. If y'all haven't checked out her new moon reading, her full moon reading, she actually talked about pouring back into Mother Gaia and just giving back to Mother Gaia. She did. So if you haven't checked that out, y'all make sure y'all check that out. It was a really good reading. It's Judgment Day. We at a crossroads and we are all the judges of our own life. So what will your judgment be? How will you judge people? Only God could judge me. And so that part.
Isn't that Pac? Yeah. Yes. So, I relate a very lot. I get message of all sorts, but I really relate so much to their music a lot.
Yeah, me too. I'm a music head. I woke up this morning. Hold on, I'm getting a call. Hold on. Hello. Yo, what's up? Okay, I gotta check and see if I got some gas. I should though. But look, I'm on a show, so call me when you make it to the. Yeah, I'm recording. I'm live right now. So once Marcy said hello. Once I get off this show, I head over there. He say, "What's up?"
What's up?
He say, "What's up?"
Time to play D-Boy by Lil Wayne. That's what I just heard when you got open the phone.
When you opened the phone. By Lil Wayne?
D-Boy.
She said
Black
the thing.
diamonds, black shades,
She said,
something. Oh,
"Thank
behave.
You Boy" by Lil Wayne. She said that song that she channeled for you. Yeah, look, he's singing it.
Is
All right,
he?
let me get off this
Yeah.
phone because I'm in the middle of a show. But play that because Marcy's magic is fun.
Something about the beat. No, I'm just kidding.
So yeah, sorry about that. I wasn't
Hey,
gonna answer it, but what else?
you're supposed to.
I'll take that.
That's why you did it, because you didn't even think about it.
I didn't. It's
You didn't think about it. I seen your hand go like to the guy, your mind didn't even do like a blank. Like, your mind didn't even do a blank stare. It was almost like spirit grabbed your hand and you're like,
yeah. I hate that shit. I'll be like in my head. I'll be like, no.
Okay. What now? Now this evening or whatever. Also connect with that.
Okay. All
There's
right.
your homework.
All right. Okay. So real quick. So
Mhm.
we got two people. Not Ja.
I gotta
Jesus.
look at the chats. There no.
But
I say.
Vault wants to know, can he get a
Oh, I got
channel
stuck in
song?
private chat.
And Tavia wants to know, can she get a private song?
Yeah, Tavia, Rise Up. I just heard by what is that? Audra Day and Volton.
Yep.
Volton.
Yep.
You have actually too. I'm too sexy, right? Said Fred, wasn't it? I just heard that, and I don't even know what you look like, but you need something to. I don't know what it's about. I'm not even gonna go there. But I'm too sexy, right? Said Fred, and it's a Oh, who is There's a Florence and the Machine song about the dog days are over. Dog days are over. Florence and the Machine, dog days are over, and Right Said Fred, I'm too sexy. That's how and I just heard that's just how cool, like that's how basically transitional your energy is.
Okay.
You said I can go there and you don't give a fuck. No, that's hey. Oh good. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Forest Fairy, you have a Joel song. You are meant for me. Here, let's just go down the line.
You know,
I don't know why, dude. Huh?
I said, look, while we hear anybody else want a quick song while she listen, I tell y'all I mean this.
We just opened that up and now I'm like this.
Marcy is magical. When she say she the majestic magi, she mean that shit. She said, I'm high and I never heard that song, so this is gonna be magic as fuck. So he's oh, Amber. So I love Amber. Amber, if y'all haven't caught my show with Amber, y'all make sure y'all check out Fractal Dimensions. Amber, I think you and
Amber, Gravity by John Mayer.
So pause. Amber, I think you and Majestic Magi should do a show. Look, I'm putting you on the spot, but I think you guys would do a great show together. She's really, really
for sure. I love working with you. Kahlua, if I Kahlua, the Somewhere Over the Rainbow, but the one that they made for that movie with the Somewhere Over the Rainbow. What the heck movie was that? Moana.
Okay, because I was thinking.
And a Coldplay song. There's a Coldplay song. The Scientist, Coldplay. Yeah, for sure. Okay.
I want my one. Oh, so Ruby. So Ruby would like one as well.
I think I gave her. Didn't I just give Ruby the? I gave her the. Oh no, I didn't. Hold on.
Ricky.
Hold on. Ruby, quit blocking me. She's making. Hold on. I keep coming up with Matchbox 20, but 3 a.m. Matchbox 20. Right. I was questioning myself on Rubies. I won't lie to you about that.
And Rookie. So Rookie, let me tell you, Cindy, she is like
Rookie.
Go ahead.
Oh. Rookie, there's a it's an old Hank Williams song. What the heck is it called? I can hear it playing. Oh, something about being crazy, but it's funny. It's not that you're crazy. I might be crazy, but at least I'm not going insane. I think just look up Hank Williams Jr. and punch in crazy and the song will come up because I can't really think it's about it says about being about crazy, but Hank Williams Jr. But it's kind of about being a free spirit, marching to the beat of your own drum. So oh yeah, I just heard you're good. He's already crossed the crossroads. He's good.
All right, so I got one more for you guys. So Empress Wonder World. When you got one for her, can you find one for her?
Yeah, a whole new world, the Aladdin song. What was that? The whole new world. Who sings that? Peebo. Peebo.
Okay,
Where are
yeah.
we? There, you were channeling that yesterday. And somebody on here is a Whitney Houston fan because I have nothing just played to me, so I have nothing. It was from The Bodyguard.
Oh, that brings back.
That's
Look, that
some
brings.
deep love.
Man, that so I had an ex that made me watch The Bodyguard. I love that movie.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
maybe, yeah.
uh,
Hey, I actually, you know what? Listen to it. Maybe that one's universal potentially.
okay.
I think that, oh, I just heard that's going to answer a multitude of questions. May I suggest, and it's like, it's just the way that, everybody does everything different. But if you ever wake up with songs in your mind, or you wake up with songs, or you hear, and you hear that song or whatever, I always will watch it with lyrics. Even if I know the song, I'll watch it with lyrics.
That's crazy.
Always.
I woke up like on my gospel kick today. Um,
Hmm.
I don't know what's the first song I played, but I don't know. Oh, he saw the best in me. That one, I think, or no,
Hmm.
the best is yet to come. Um, I'm trying to think of some lyrics, but it's essentially it says the best is yet to come. Like that God has a plan for you if you just make it through.
Yes.
God's gonna really
Yep.
blow your mind. He's gonna make it worth your time. Double your blessings for your troubles. Like that was a song.
Yeah.
The best
Just
is yet to come. I'm my shit.
Man, I'll be jamming. I'll drive. I'll go for rides just to sing like as loud as I can in my car. I'll be like, I've been caught so many times, but I don't care. I'll look right over at him like, I've even gotten the thumbs up and everything, like getting busted car singing.
All right, so we got one more person, and then we can head out. We hour and 30 minutes in. Chris Wakefield said, "Can you have a song? Do you have a song for now?"
It's been a while, Stain.
It's been a while, Spain. See how easy this shit was? Like, but it's like butter, baby. Don't know if it's a song. I got California Blues. Going to look it up. All right, so couple things. We back here again next week. It should be on Monday. I went and got vaccinated yesterday, so I ain't have the energy or wherewithal to do it. But Monday, next Monday we'll be here talking about some shit. Be sure to tap the fuck in. This weekend I got Peace Meets Hope. Tomorrow morning I got fucking what's the name of the show? Keeping Up with the Culture. We're gonna talk about, man, y'all tap into that one. We're gonna talk about the Bible. It's gonna be called Bible study, but we're gonna talk about the Bible. We're not gonna read the Bible, if that makes sense.
Yay. When's that? Oh, I might, yeah.
That's tomorrow
Definitely
morning
tag me for sure.
at 9 a.m. With
Oh,
the
yeah,
Black
yeah.
Woman. So y'all tap
Oh,
in. So it's gonna be really good. I'm excited.
that's gonna be amazing.
I'm so excited that I'm scared about all of the great possibilities of what's coming for us, Marcy. So
I
I
think we just all
appreciate
need to get live on a stage and jump out on a convention because there's so many good it's almost like I would love to be in a room with a lot of yous. All of
that
yous.
that part. Make sure you follow. I'm gonna make sure I mention you to Amber Wilhelm, so that you
Okay.
guys can do fractal dimension. She asked if you were following her.
Okay.
So y'all definitely.
I'll check you out, Amber, for sure. I'll send you a message, honey.
And so that part. All right. With that being said, y'all heard the phone call. A bitch got somewhere to be.
Yes. Hey, and yes, people get ready. Look that up. People
Okay.
get ready. That's
People
an old
get ready.
gospel song. Yep, that's everyone's homework. God bless you, because that's a Crossroads song.
All right.
So,
And while we're at this crossroad, Donna Lawrence, yes, I was just about to say, my
mhm,
homework for you guys. I don't care who you are. I don't care if you Christian, not Christian. Just look up the
mhm.
best is yet to come by Donald Lawrence. Just
Yes.
listen to it. That's our song for as if we're sitting at the crossroad with our headphones in, bobbing our heads. That's the song that we should have on our playlist.
Yep. No time like the present to continue to be awesome.
I'm over it. I'm over it. I just want to be basic. All right, guys.
No. You definitely not. You definitely were never born to be basic, my love. You know that. See, unconventionality. When I can figure out how to get these in the camera right.
Me too. I'm like, I still be like, wait, like it's right in front of me, but why is it so confusing?
wait till I can just go like this and they'll project in the palm. Them motherfuckers are really gonna try at me burned. All right, God bless you. We'll be on here all night.
All right.
I don't care, but you got somewhere to be. Because I think a lot of your questions just got answered. So I'll see you.
Bye, guys. We'll see y'all next week.